Three, two, one. Let's start. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is a basic Astro setup. Uh, Install a font, look at some styling, uh, try Tailwind, and maybe even try some adding some scripts as well, some JavaScript. So what I'll do is I'll go to my working directory. This is my working directory. I'll create a new folder. Let's name it tutorials, tutorials. We enter into tutorials folder. I'm gonna install the Astro now. So how to do it is npm create Astro Astro upgrade latest. I have to install it in a folder. So let's say the folder name is getting started. I'll double check the documentation part. The domain name is astro.build. Yeah, it is correct because it's working. So, no, I want an empty setup. No, I don't type in TypeScript. Yes, install dependencies. Yes to GitHub. Uh, Meanwhile, while it happens, we can look into the documentation bit. Um, what we're going to do today probably is some scripts, some CSS, maybe install a font as well. And I think this would be good to get started with Astro. Maybe in later versions, we can try the e-commerce part, how to fetch data, how to use Markdown. Uh, let's see how it unfolds. Um, but we have to wait for it to finish. And we can start. Yes, getting started. And we'll open the directory now. This is how it looks like. Uh, this is the directory structure. Um, we'll start with looking at from the package.json. So how to start the server is that you run npm run dev. That's how it gets started. Run dev. And the server will start at localhost port number 4321. We'll copy this and open in a new window. Yes, this is working. Uh, how Astro works is that we have a source folder and we have pages inside it. So this, what you look at right now on the right, this Astro is coming from the index.astro page. By default, index has been the way anything in the folder opens. So since this is the landing page, the index will be the way it gets resolved. So if I change it to getting started, you'll see it getting changed. Let's say if I have to create another page, which is about page, about, and I'll name it about.astro. I'll copy paste the same pair as well, and I'll say this is the about page. I'll now navigate to about, and yes, it's working. Super. So this is how we get started. Any page you create here will be another page on the web. Uh, you can create folders, you can pass on slugs, but we'll cover that later on. Let's start working on the index again. If I have to, let's say I have to start with writing some script, so I'll use the script tag. And no, let's not write script. We'll write some styles now. So open styles, and let's name a class as heading. Uh, Font size be 24 pixels. Font weight be 900. This is like the largest it can get. and we have to give the class to this h1. We are not on the home page. We'll navigate back, and this is, I guess, uh, font 24 and font weight 900. Let's increase it to 36. Yeah, that's working. That's one way to do styling, but that would be too much of work if we start to write the styling here in one file, or like, let's say, the way pages are navigated. So we'll use Tailwind here. To add Tailwind to the project, we can look at the documentation part. This is the scope. Uh, I don't think they have. Let's command search Tailwind. Tailwind on the right here. So you add it via npx astro at Tailwind. I'll open another terminal and just add Tailwind to the project. Yes, please install Tailwind to the project. What it will do is it will create a couple of files, and we can start using Tailwind. Yes, and yes. So what it has done is it has created this file, updated this file rather, and we now have integrated Tailwind to the project. If we add, let's say, MDX later on, or adapter like Cloudflare, that will also be updated in the same folder. And it has also created a Tailwind config. So if you try to, let's say, something you want to change specific to the theme of the project, you want to add some font. So those changes will be done. Tailwind is installed. We'll try now. Let's say font bold and text be 6XL. It should work. Yes. We can get rid of this styling, and it still works. So that is how we can start using Tailwind. The next would be, let's say, we try to add some script on the page. So I'll open a script tab. How it works is that this script will be specific to the page. It will not work throughout the website. It's just for this page. There are methods to make it global as well. We can look at here, um, but I think that is something to be taken in a different video. This is specific to this getting started video. So what I'll do is I'll try and create a button. Let's say a button, um, and it says "click me," and I'll put some style to it. BG, let's say pink 400. How does it look? Nah, it's too. No, I don't like it. Blue 400. Decent 300 will make it subtle. We'll put some padding around it. PY, no, PX. The x-axis, and py to be 2. Make it rounded. Yeah, but decent. Put some border around it. Border to be blue 400. Looks decent. What I'll do is now give an ID to it. So let's say the ID is click me. Now what happens is that I have to select the 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 HTML attribute here. So what I'll do is I have to select it by the ID which I have given. So let's say the button is document. So it will search the whole document and it will try to find that ID, and it will be get element by ID, and the name which we have given is click me. So we select we'll just put it inside the get element by ID. So now we have this button, and we'll try and put an on click on it. When once somebody clicks on it, something should happen. This can also be seen in MDN documents, web documents, how it works. Uh, I'll just go through it and show you how to work on it. What are we are trying to find? We are trying to find the guides for JavaScript, and we'll search for. You can look at get element by ID here. What it says that you give the ID, and then you can change something on the page on that particular element. I'll also search on click. On click. No, it's not on click. It's click, I guess. Element event click. Yeah. So this is how it works. On click add event listener to this. So I'll just take this, and since we have the button here, you just I'll do a console.log, and we say hey button click. I think this should work out. We have saved it. I'll open the console, and when we click on it, it's working. This looks good. The next part can be let's add some font to it. I have this font saved. I wanted to add this font to my personal project. So how to get started with this? That you take the font, you have to embed the code, copy paste the code in the head of this uh, document in this page. There is another approach, which is the right approach. We'll create like layouts, uh, layout functions that rather than putting the same code over and over in these files, let's say the same code has to be added in index, then the same code, the same font has to be added in the about as well. So what we'll do is that we'll create a common file, call it a layout, and that will act like a component, which will be called on all the pages. So that's acting like a parent. That is how it works. And what we'll do is we have to add it to Tailwind. This is the Tailwind config file. We have to extend the theme. We are adding a font family. Uh, the name of the font is this. So I'll just copy it. You can add multiple fonts to the project, and to call it, I'll just put it in lowercase, and so that it can be used, I'll just make these like the font family can be called using this name. I'll go to my index page. I'll add the font family. The font is this. Let's see if when I do this, it changes. Yes, it did. So that means that it is working. You can see the network tab as well. If a network call to the font was made, yes, a Google call was made to this font, and we received the font. I think this is good enough to get started. In the next video, I'll try to add Markdown and do some network calls. Hope you liked it.